Guys, I'm fucking angry. I'm angry about this Andrew Tate ban. Okay, I'm not angry because, oh, it's going to affect my life. You know, I'm going to miss Andrew Tate. It changes my life in any way. No, I'm not one of those people. I'm not angry for that reason. But I'm angry because I know the reasons. I see the reasons. I see the bigger picture. I understand it. I understand why they do it. Okay, look, he hasn't been banned. He hasn't been banned because of his misogynistic views. Okay, if that was the case, fucking half the internet, half the people across social media platforms would be banned. Or half the men on there, whatever. It's not. Okay, and we all know, you know, the reverse sexism, women's sexism, it's all online. It's not for those reasons. It's because he was waking people up to the realities of those in power and the way they're using that power and manipulating societies to fit their agenda. That's the real reason. Okay, he's becoming too powerful in that sense. But this video is not about that. I could go down that route as the reasons and delve into that and the real reasons why he's banned. I could make another spin on it. I could put a spin on it, and we're not in a patriarchy, and you know, we live in a femme-centric society, and this is I can put a spin on it in those different ways, but I'm putting the mental health spin on it. And the reason I'm doing it is the hypocrisy of the left. Now, the left controls mainstream narrative in the West, in the English-speaking West. They control mainstream narrative, especially social media. Okay, we know that all social media is left-wing. They have a left-wing agenda. If you don't fit that agenda, you're gone. You're probably going to be banned or whatever. But the left talk about mental health a lot. They really do. They talk about it a lot, and they talk about men's mental health. And what do they come up with? They say things like men need to talk about their mental health more. Men need to talk about it more. Men need to express their emotions. Okay. But then when someone like Andrew Tate comes along, or even Jordan Peterson comes along, who is actually talking about the problems that men are having today, actually discussing and pointing out the reasons why men are so unhappy, why they're struggling so much. And then these millions of men say, yeah, fucking hell, you're right, this is the reasons why. Damn right. I've been too afraid to say this, now I feel I can. Then the left go, oh, wait a minute, no. That's not what we mean by talk about your emotions. That's not what we mean by expressing yourselves. We don't mean that. We mean express this. You can't express your feelings in this way. You've got to express your feelings in this way. So you only care about your mental health if it suits their agenda. And what is their agenda under the banner of mental health? Their agenda is you have to think and act like a woman. You have to express your emotions like a woman. You have to have emotions, like the same emotions, and be upset about the same things that women do. Because we live in a femme-centric society. And it pisses me off. And it fucking pisses me off because, you know, has anyone on the left who opposes Andrew Tate and the message, and let's throw Jordan Peterson in there as well, has anyone in the left actually sat down and asked themselves the question, why is this guy why is he so popular? How has he become so popular? What, we're just hundreds of millions of men all around the world, we're just really, really sexist. We hate women. Really? Really? Because if you sit down and you think about it for more than 5 minutes, you come to the realization that, oh, men are pissed off. Men are down bad. Men don't have any positive role models. Men are struggling. Okay, why? But no. Instead, it's just chop up a clip, you know, I don't like this guy, chop up a clip, take it out of context, you know, make him look really bad. Boom, boom. Oh my God, this guy condones rape, and you know, he was arrested for sex trafficking, and blah blah blah. It fucking annoys the shit out of me, because they say they want to help people, and they preach compassion, and so on and so on. And then you have someone like Andrew Tate. And then the millions of people that agree with so much of his message, and they're coming out and they're saying, yeah, you know what, we're fucking down. I don't like how oppressed we are. I don't like how governments are using us, keeping us as wage slaves. I don't like how there are so many manipulative women out there, and they're fucking us over, selling us lies, and how the mainstream narrative pushes females' priority, female sexual priority, economic priority, blah blah blah, social priorities. I don't like how the educational system indoctrinates us. Yada 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 yada. I don't like any of this stuff. Yeah, fucking hell. I don't like how women are put on a pedestal, women are prioritized at the expense of men, etc., etc. These men are coming out, they're saying this, they're getting together, they're talking about these things, actually getting off their chest. Someone like Tate is getting millions, thousands of messages every single day saying, have you helped me, you've helped me overcome my depression, you've helped me improve my life, blah, 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 improve my relationships, etc., etc. And then the left goes, nah, fuck it. This guy's a danger. And they just prove that they don't care. They don't care. They don't give a fuck about you as a man. Okay, all they give a fuck about is the agenda. Now I'll tell you what the agenda is in a very short form. The agenda is to reach a point of absolute control over every single point of aspect of your life via technology. So they know what you're doing, when you're doing it, every single moment. They know how much money you're making, paying your taxes on time, you've got no criminal record because it's impossible to commit any fucking crime, okay? And it's all digitalized. That's the end goal here. That's what I'm gonna fucking say, okay? And that's all I'm gonna say for now. And you cannot truly take men's health seriously, men's mental health seriously, if that's your agenda. You know why? Because if you take men's mental health seriously, and you take on board all the things men are pissed off about, what you end up having is men getting together, sorting their shit out, and becoming self-reliant, taking responsibility for their own lives, becoming strong, independent, free thinkers, leaders, etc., etc. And if you have men that generally are like that, then guess what? They're harder to control. So if you fucking beat men over the head, okay, and you knock all the life out of them, and you indoctrinate them into the gynocentric mindset, you have men and you have a society that are much easier to control. And that's what it's all fucking about. That's what this whole ban is about. That's what all this shaming masculine men is about. Toxic masculinity bullshit. That's what it's all about. So when you hear the left talk about men's mental health, and 80% of suicides are by men, and men need to talk about their problems, so on and so on, what they're saying is you need to talk about the problems we want you to talk about. We need you to talk about the problems that women have and talk about it the way women do, because that's what's going to suit our agenda. The left don't give a fuck about you. Now there are some well-meaning people on the left. They mean well, but they're not deep thinkers. They haven't really thought about this problem in detail. Well, how do I know that? Because if you do spend more than 5 minutes thinking about this and you delve into it, you do not come to those conclusions that the left have. That's my honest belief on that. So don't fall for that shit. I've spoken about this, what you should do as a man, and I talked about mental health before. Actually, the video I did about this got banned in some countries. YouTube said this video is banned in some countries. I got a content strike. I got a copyright strike, sorry. I find that very suspicious, because the clip that I got a copyright strike for was a 3-second clip where I cut the volume out of that, and it was like the most innocuous clip. I never thought I would get a copyright strike for that clip. And I'll probably redo that video, I'll probably talk about it again, but just very briefly, I think we talk too much about mental health as men, and it's creating a far bigger problem, and it's very misunderstood in that regard. Anyway, so I'm not going to sit here and say this is an advice video, this is what you should do for your mental health, etc. But what I will say is, you hear them talk about your emotions and express yourself, and then if you express what the issues and the frustrations you have with the world, your frustrations about feminism, your frustrations about egalitarianism and socialism and so on and yada yada yada, and then they shut you down for it, you know that person's full of shit. They just want you to think a certain way. Anyway, I don't know. It frustrates me because I see where we're gonna end up with all this shit. And Tate's done a lot of good in the world, and he's made an impression on a hell of a lot of people. And I hope that those people will continue, carry that torch, continue on, going down this certain path. I worry that a lot of this fan base, a large chunk of it now, because of he's gone so viral, I worry that because a lot of them are very young, eventually the system will beat them down, and they'll start to think, I was only following that guy because I was young and dumb and impressionable and so on. I worry about that. Let's see how it plays out. Let's see if he can come back in any way, shape or form online. But again, as a man, you shouldn't rely on that. Okay, you shouldn't. In my video that I did on Tate, you shouldn't just follow someone and that person, you come and lose your own identity and put it into somebody else. You shouldn't rely on your happiness and your ideas and your beliefs on one man coming back onto the internet, because that's pathetic. But we will see. We'll see how time will tell how that all plays out. But it does frustrate the hell out of me because of what I've said, and the hypocrisy and the lies. There are well-meaning people on the left, but for the most part it is manipulation, and it is sinister, because it's all done to manipulate people to fit this agenda. Anyway, let me know your thoughts. As usual, I reply to every one of you. If you made it this far, give me a like and a subscribe and get commenting, and that'll help me out massively. Hope you enjoyed it. Guys, embrace the struggle.